monitors were hanging from the ceiling. They were television monitors. So I was watching the monitor because I have really rotten vision, and so I wasn't going to be able to see him. I was looking at the stage, but imagine this just so chock-a-block full of people, and I'm not particularly tall, and so I'm trying to look over the heads of these people because they're all on the same level. So you're trying to see the stage, there's all these heads of people, but there's a monitor right there that's showing you what's going on in the stage. So I'm looking at the monitor, and we're waiting for him to come to the podium, and waiting for him, and he doesn't get to the podium. And it's like, and then the rumors, then we hear, well, he's been shot. And
now the way I remember it is that he had spoke, and he just got the word that he had won, and he said, like, on to Chicago, and then left the kitchen.
He left the kitchen, but my recollection is he hadn't spoken to he had said that they had won, but he hadn't said anything. We were waiting for him to come and speak.
So I see.
Think he had talked to people, maybe in the news media or whoever was with him on stage.
I see.
And then he was coming out to speak. That's my.
So it was like, so what he gave was a real brief kind of press conference to announce that he had won,
right.
And then he was getting ready to address the masses.
Huge crowd. We were all his supporters.
Sure.
And winning in California was huge.
Well, it was almost tantamount to getting the nomination.
That was it. I mean, because California is such an important state. So winning California, we were all,
You don't win the primary in California and lose the nomination.
No, you really don't. I mean, you have to really kind of screw up terribly, I guess, to do that. But we just knew he was going to be the next president of the United States. We were all, like, deliriously happy. And then this happened.
Wow.
And then we drove, nobody stayed in the room. We all drove back to UC Santa Barbara that night. And just glued to the radio and television. There was television
because
coverage.
he was shot, but he wasn't killed.
I think I knew he was dead before we left for Santa Barbara.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure. I don't think he lingered. I don't think there was a while, maybe there was an hour before they announced that he had died, but I think he died almost immediately.
I see.
Yeah, that's...
Now, do you believe it was Sirhan Sirhan? Do you think it was the two guns, or what was your take on it, since you obviously followed it?
Yeah, there was, it's like I feel about John Case. There's a lot more to the story. Maybe Sirhan Sirhan was the guy who pulled the trigger, but there was a lot more.
But there was the theory that there was more than one person that actually did shoot him.
Right.
That there was someone else in the kitchen or something like that.
There was some thought that this woman in the polka dot dress had also either been a shooter or had done something to get him. The big question was, how does Sirhan Sirhan get this proximity? Because, he had Secret Service. I mean, he was a candidate. He had, and he was Attorney General. He was protected, but somehow he'd gotten access. And
well, I assume in a campaign you get sloppy, that there is so much to do, so many people, so many supporters.
I don't know. Al Gore came to talk to a teachers' union. I guess it's a nurses' union that was right behind the alley where we were on Fair Oaks. And all his Secret Service, now he was vice president at the time, but all his Secret Service, they came into the store, they talked to all of us, they made us stand away from the two windows, because there are two windows upstairs where you could see his cars coming in, and they wouldn't let us stand there, and they made us stand away from the doors, and they all looked like I mean, they were like right out of central casting. You couldn't believe it, and with the little things in their ears.
I bet Secret Service is a lot more effective today than they used to be.
Well, I will tell you, they were impressive. I mean, we were just antique dealers. I can't imagine that, but they weren't taking any chances, and all he needed to do apparently was get out of a car, take like 5 steps, and be inside a building. So, in Pasadena, I mean.
That's a hotbed of political activity.
Yeah, but so that was pretty intense. It was pretty intense.
I can see. Well, let me get a shot of you there.